Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Diane and I hope you're all okay. So let's get to it. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Diane and today we're going to be making or attempting to make this little puzzle game. It's a bit like Tetris, if any of you remember that, but in physical form. But what makes it a little bit more tricky is it's got to be, whoops, this will stand up, and as you can see it's got the curve on the bottom and it will rock as you're putting them on. So they could have done with putting an extra one of these in so that you could make more up, but I guess I can just use this as a tester piece for now and just make more up as and when I've got some spare resin. But this should be enough just to have a little play anyway. So that's what we're going to be using as the mould. Then I'm going to be using new resin to me. I've never used this before. This is Apex Resin high gloss finish, minimum bubbles, high heat resistance, ideal for coasters, geodes, trays, all purpose apparently. This was sent to me by the lovely ladies over at Just For You online. They also sent me some of their lovely pigments, which I'm going to be using in these pieces. So let's get to it. Okay, so first of all, what I thought would be a good thing, might look cool on this once it's done, is I've got these little bubble stickers. They're see-through, but they're different colours. So these ones are white, these are blue around the edges, and these are purple. And a cute little cat blowing the bubbles down the bottom, which is really adorable. And as you know, I'm a cat lady, so what I'm going to do is use a bit of this J. Diction UV resin. There's a new set that come out with the trio bundle, which is really good because I didn't really want to buy 3 lots of resin, 3 lots of free, just to try the other two, the low and the high viscosity, because it comes with a low, a standard and a high viscosity, and I've not tried these two, only the normal. So I wanted to try these, and this is a good way to try them to see if they're any good for yourselves. Oh, now we've got to get the tops off. And thank you to Tracy. Never thought of doing this. Tracy over at Mini Scenes GB. I can never remember how to say that in one whole sentence. But yeah, her idea of how to open these bottles is, I love it. Thanks Tracy, you are an absolute diamond. So that's one done. Not quite sure which one I'm going to actually use. And the low viscosity, because I want it to spread out on the bottom quite thinly, so I can stick the stickers onto it. But there we go, that's them done. So what I'm going to do is put these 2 away. Try the low viscosity one and go from there. So I'll need that out as well. Oops. Get my little thing ready. I've just got some bits in there a second. Ow. What not to do, hit yourself with a goddamn mould. Okay, let's get a bit of tape. Get a few bits out of there. Moulds, you put them down and they just attract dust straight away. This has been in a bag ever since I've had it, and it's just gathered the dust as soon as I put it down on the table. But anyway, that's that. Get off. So let's get some of this squeezed into the bottom. Oh, that comes out really easy, doesn't it? Very flowy. Keep using that word, don't I? Flowy. Oh, it comes with a little user manual. Oh, how cute is that? Sorry, user manual. It's adorable, look. I love that. Oh dear. Again, I'm so easily pleased. Right, I'm just going to use one of these. I got these recently. The there was a pack of 5 of them. They've got different tips on the ends of them. So we're just going to use one of these to spread it out a bit. On the bottom, we only want a thin layer so that there's no, because otherwise they're not going to stick very well. I could stick them to the mould directly, but then I'd still have to do a top coat at the end, which I probably will anyway, but just in case I don't need to, we'll do it this way. Right. And this little pointed one's good for getting into the corners where bubbles might be trapped, which I can see there are. Put a little bit more in because it keeps pulling apart away from the mould, so it just basically means there's not enough in there to keep it held on to the bottom. So that should be more than enough now, I would have thought. So far I like this low viscosity one. Okay, I'm just going to give that a quick cure out for 2 minutes. Okay, so that's cured nicely. So what I wanted to do was get one of the little kittens and then use a couple of bubbles from each of the colours. Oh dear, excuse me if you hear me snuffling a bit. I have got a bit of a snuffly nose. I don't have a cold, I've just got a snuffly nose because my sinuses are playing up again. It's very irritating, but where should we put little kitty? First of all, we need to get little kitty off one, don't we? So, tweezers. I'm just going to get little kitty off because, as you can see, oh no, it's not. No, it worked for the bubbles. It's not going to work for kitty. So, I wonder if it just sit on top of there. No, I set it too well. No, don't stick on there, you silly cat. Right, so what I'm going to do is just put a tiny little blob there. And then get our little kitty and pop it in the resin. So that it sticks to the mould and we get all of the picture properly seen. Just trying to scrape off any excess that's squeezed out so that it doesn't show so much on the front when it's finished. Oh, right, move you back down there a bit and push your foot down. Okay. No, stop. A bit of a floating cat, but I'm sure it's fine. So I'm just going to get my little torch. I think that should be fine. Yep, there we go, all done. So now what we want to do is, like as I was saying, it's not going to make any difference with these being upside down, because with the cat, as you can see, she's got the orange and the pink on top of the white, whereas these ones are just colours. You see, if you turn this one over, you lose some of the image. they're not as bright, the colours, so it's not going to make any difference with these. So let's just choose a couple of little ones, I think. Press them down. That's a cute one. Well, this one escaping around the back. Just using the end of the silicone tool just to press them down, just to get no bubbles. Oops. I'll use a couple of these little sparklers things as well, the little stars. Okay, that one. And oh, the stars are all the same colour, they're all white anyway. Silly me. So we'll go with that one. Yeah, I was just checking the colour then, because they're white. You still can see the colour. I think they're a little bit paler, aren't they? But I don't think it'll make too much difference. I'll have a slightly bigger one towards the end. Which one? That one. Oh, I did get bubbles trapped under that one. But hopefully it'll be okay. Right. So now we'll just get a couple more little sparkly bits. Where are you going? That'll do. I think we'll get one more little white one as well. We'll go with that one, I think. Just there. Right. Okay, so that's that. Right, so I'm going to back this with a back it with one of these. I'm going to go with the blue because I love blue. And then no, we need to do it with something that's not going to blend with these colours, don't we? Red. Dark blue. Dark blue might work. I'm going to go with the dark blue. So I'm going to use that one for the base. And then these, as there's 10 pigments altogether, including this one, I'm going to colour each one of these in one of these. So obviously it will have, I'm just going to do the single piece in the blue. So I'm just going to get some resin mixed up, and look at this. They come with, what they called? Pumps. That's going to be so much better. So I'm just going to get the resin mixed up and I'll be back shortly. Okay, so I've mixed up four ounces of resin, and not sure if that's going to be enough or too much, but what I'm going to do is these first, so that if I don't have enough I can just mix enough up for that one, because I don't know how much I need and I don't want to mix too much and then have too much with that colour in, if you get what I mean. Right, I stirred it probably a bit too quick, so there's a lot of bubbles in there, but I've heard a lot about this resin, that it's quite good at what's the word, degassing itself. So let's just hope that's the case. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the lightest first and work through the colours, so that hopefully if I get a little bit left over I can add a bit more colour and a bit more resin so we can move it into the next one. So those are the lightest two. Then we've got pinks and red. Gold's quite light, so we'll go gold there and pink. I'm giving them all these names, but they probably actually got, well, they have got their own names. So turn you two over there. There we go. We're just doing that order. It's kind of light to dark. I'm not great with this stuff. Okay, so first one will be champagne, as that seems to be the, or shell, no, shell, sorry, moved over. Shell's the lightest colour, so we'll start with that. Let me just pour a bit in here. Okay. Oh, I should have took the covers off, shouldn't I? Beforehand would have helped. Never mind. So let's just get a bit of that on there. I think that's probably enough. Let's have a look. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Well, it mixes in nicely. Doesn't seem to clump up much. Some micas have a tendency of clumping up and not mixing in very well, but this seems to be going in lovely. Well, that's a really pretty colour. So I think that's more than enough in that one. So we'll just start from this side and pour it in. Doing it nice and slow, that hopefully it will just make its own way into all the corners and all the edges. Looks like I've done just enough for that one. Okay, that's that one. So I'm just gonna continue doing the same, and I'm gonna put you on fast forward so you don't have to watch it go slow and tediously. So I'll see you once I've done all this. Super sparkles. That looks pretty with the gold mixed in with it. It's kind of giving it like the two-tone effect. Not quite chameleon, but that's very nice. I like that. Okay, we're going to start with another colour, another pot now, as we're moving into the cooler colours. I don't really want to mix any of those in with the warmer colours. Oops, right. Oh, this really is a pretty blue. This is a stunning colour. Absolutely beautiful, look at that. Ow, I've just broke my stick. Stupid stick. I found a bigger stick just because the little one was hurting my fingers. So then I go and break the big stick. Stupid stick. Maybe I can use that end. Okay, so let's go over here, that one. So that's what the colour is like before mixing the blue in underneath, just so you can see it. That's a pretty green. Let's see what happens when we mix the blue in with it. Not a lot, because there obviously wasn't a lot of blue left. I love playing with micas and mixing colours together, because you can get some really pretty shades and colours from doing this, and it's such fun to see what we get. So that's a really nice green anyway. Teal it sparkles, eh? I like that. That's cool. That is an amazing purple. Absolutely beautiful. Really like that colour, wow. Just for you online, you've outdone yourself with these colours. They're absolutely amazing. Okay, so now I'm just going to mix this in here with this lot. Well, that's really pretty if you do it as a more of a translucent colour. That's really, really pretty. I wonder how that would look actually. I think that would look really nice. I think we're just going to go with a translucent. What do you reckon, guys? Obviously I can't hear you, but I think it looks really nice. So I'm just going to go with this because it's starting to warm up, you see, so I need to get it poured ASAP. Well, it turns out that 4 ounces is pretty much what we need for this mould, or these 2 moulds rather. Maybe a little bit less. I'm going to have to get a bit out because that's not going to sit properly otherwise. But there we go. That was almost 4 ounces of resin used for both lots. And I'm quite liking the translucent look of this twilight. It's really, really pretty. So all we need to do now is give it a bit of a blast with the lighter. And I'm going to keep checking it for the next hour or so. But I've heard a lot about this resin and that it's really good at degassing itself. So hopefully, with it being a little bit chilly still in the UK, this is going to be queuing overnight. So hopefully it will debubble and have enough time and it won't be too cold for it, and that it will debubble in time, like I say. And yeah, I'm just waffling now. So anyway, I shall see you tomorrow for the demould. For you, it will be instantly next. See you soon. Okay guys, it's the next day. These kilns seem to have set up quite nice. Only one bubble, which is quite good considering I didn't leave them. Oh, there's a bubble there as well, sorry. So I didn't leave them too long to stay and babysit them. But yeah, I can say this is a really good resin. Seems to degas really well, even in the cold. I didn't fill these up quite as much as I thought I had. So I'm going to quickly run around these just to give them a quick top up with some UV resin. Especially that one, it's really sunk, the few. I think it's where the bubbles were, there was that many bubbles. My fault for mixing it so much. So I'm just going to do that, and we'll just use the standard UV resin for this one. First of all, what I want to do is quickly just take off the bits of excess resin with some tape so that that doesn't get embedded inside the UV resin and make it more difficult for me to clean them up afterwards. Okay, is that all of them? Looks like it. A bit there. And that's the biggest piece there, you silly girl. Silly girl, what the heck? Apparently I'm a silly girl today, not a silly woman. Okay, that's that. So I'm just going to get my little pokey stick if I need it. Needed it then. Right, so I'm just going to go around this gently on the edge. I'll probably fast forward you through this again, guys, so you don't have to watch it in tedious slow motion. Okay, as you've seen there, I basically scraped it across. There's a lot of it on the top, the resin on the top still. But I'm hoping it won't be a problem and it will come off quite easily. So let's quickly get this and we shall give it a quick 2-minute cure out and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's that done. Oops, didn't mean to do that, silly. Right, okay, let's have a look. Ooh, it's going to need a little bit longer. Okay, for some reason, I don't know what the problem was, but the UV resin kept trying, it was just, I had it under the UV light for about 4 minutes and it was still leaving a little bit of a tacky surface, so I'm just giving it a quick go over with this little nail UV light and see if this will help. It seems to be working at the moment, so I don't know if my light's wearing out or not. It'd be a bit annoying if it is. But anyway, that seems to be fine now, so what I'm going to quickly do is see if I can get off any of the excess from the edge. Yep. That actually pulled the top off that a bit then. That's kind of interesting. My UV resin doesn't want to play today. It's just peeling straight off these, look. It's just literally peeled straight off. That's very strange. Okay, so it looks like I'll just be leaving that on them and just, never mind. Let's just see what they come out like and if they come off. Well, oh, blimey. Ooh, pop up. Gosh, a bit bendy still, but probably because of the cold. So let's try doing it this way. I'm just going to take all this resin off because it's just interfering. So that's just peeling straight off all of them. I don't know what's happened there. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of experimenting and find out what is going on with that resin. I'm just hoping it doesn't do the same with that one underneath. Right. So that's that. Unfortunately, that didn't work, but they're not as bad as I thought they were, so that's fine. So that's one piece. Now, let's try getting these out without pulling the piece too much. Oops. That's better. If you break the surface, it's fine. So that's the next one. So pop that one, that one, and then that one. And then they just slide out quite nicely. Again, I've forgotten to bring the soapy water in with me. I've got a spray bottle up there that I intend for it, but I still keep forgetting it. Okay, well, they came out easier than I thought they would. Once I realised if you just push down on these just enough to break the surface tension around gripping them, then they come off really easily. But that's really baffled me. I don't understand that. That's weird. Why has that done that, guys? Let me know in the comments if you know what's happened there, why it's done that. This is the resin I used, the J Diction UV resin hard type. It's just the standard one, so I don't know why it's done it. So, never mind. Anyway, that's all those pieces. They're really cute. They're cool. They've come out nice. So next, like I said, there was just one bubble there, and a tiny little bubble at the top of this, at the top there, but I think that's absolutely fine. Couple of bits of overspill there. I can fill that bubble in there. It's right on the top. I can just fill that in. That's fine. A couple of little bubbles elsewhere, but there we go. The bubbles have all gone pretty much white now, but that's really sweet. The cat looks really cute. That colour, not as fully opaque like that one. That's the opaque, and this is where it's more translucent. It looks really, really pretty. There we go. So how we would play this would be, that would go like that, and obviously you'd then, how do we do this? That one, and then you could put that one on top of that, and that's what you don't want it to do, is fall off like that. So people playing this would like, then you'd want to put that one, then it's a bit leany forward. So this doesn't quite, it's not quite, it's bowed again. It's another one that's bowed. Can you see that? I'm not sure if you can see how that's kind of slanted, which is a bit annoying again. I can fix it because I've got a sanding, a disc sander, a tabletop sander that I can like just flatten it out, but it's just irritating that I have to. It's supposed to just work, but a bit of finessing and I'll probably be able to get it sorted somehow. But anyway, this is how you would play the game. is just by plopping these things on top of each other, I guess, like this, and making little patterns. And that one could go in there, but then it all falls off. I suck at this game, obviously, but like I say, it would work better if it wasn't so not even. But yeah, it's fine. I can fix it, and then again this next time I make it, I will have to put something at this end to keep the mould. In fact, no, if you look at the mould of that, you can actually see that it's bowing outwards. So yeah, I'm just going to have to put something up against it, kind of like that, to try and counteract the lean. But anyway, that's that. I'm going to make a few more bits up with this, and even if I don't get this fixed, I can just get my grandson to play. My grandson can just play with the bits and make patterns and whatnot. Play Tetris without this silly little thing that doesn't want to work properly. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you're not too disappointed with the end result, as it's not quite working how it's supposed to. But the resin is fantastic. The pigments are fantastic, so I will leave links for these in the description box below for just for you online's items, and I'll leave the mould if anybody's interested. I'm just not very happy with it at the moment, so it might just be a dodgy one I ended up with, and hopefully if anybody else gets it, it'll work better, but not to worry. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.